Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, this is going to be just a light video, nothing heavy, on some of the things which we take for granted, but which can be very irritating. And I'll give you from my perspective. You can tell me if what I'm sharing with you, it actually happens to you. Okay, and it'll be very interesting if you can add some more and tell me what bugs you. Anyway, normal introduction if you're new to the channel. Name is Loy Machedo, half naked tattooed guy who is involved in helping people get well-paying jobs. Middle East, UAE, Dubai, and Canada, Australia, all these other Western countries. And people book my sessions for coaching or mentoring or consultation. Details are put down below. So I made a list, small list, few points, of what actually we take for granted, or what sometimes is like a mosquito, It's just a very small thing, but which can really irritate you. Example, I'll give a small example. Let's say you're trying to sleep and someone disturbs you and then you don't get sleep. Or you're feeling sleepy, but because you drank too much coffee, now you can't sleep. And the next day you know that your day is going to be ruined because you didn't sleep. And that is really irritating, right? So that, to me, I suffer from that so frequently. It pisses me off. The only solution I thought about it is, which kind of works, is I eat some carbs, like maybe an orange or something, or a sandwich. And lo and behold, I fall asleep. I don't know what works for you. Some people say milk, not too sure. Then the second one, your internet. At least for me, this is important. Your internet is not working. Oh, bloody hell. 2 days in a row, I had internet issues. One day sorted out, next day again, problem. It seems a squirrel bit my cable. Out of all the cables, it bit my cable only. And it ended up being a delay of 4 days. Thankfully, I have internet on my phone, so I was able to connect the iMac. Speed wasn't so fast, which was the bummer. So what would normally take 15 minutes to upload took around 45 minutes to an hour. I get so pissed off with that. If your internet doesn't work, I'm sure you also get pissed off. Then this one is frequent here, but not so much in Dubai, where I used to live. Electricity outages, or electricity is not working, or man, that drives you nuts. Especially when you are in a frame of mind to do something productive. Or let's say it's your day off, you wanted to relax, and electricity is not there. Then maybe the solution is go outside. Even worse is water is not there, and especially if you're in the toilet. Thankfully for us, we have a water tank. So there's never a case where water is not there. Just imagine you finished your nature's call and there's no water. Terrible. Ugh, that'll drive you mad, yeah. I specifically, this is one thing which I've made sure it never happens. When the toilet starts overflowing and just doesn't go down. Oh, I experienced that only once. Oh man, it was so bad. I got so pissed off. And the worst part is it happened because of the sewage overflow, is because of the rain. There was rain for 2 months non-stop. 2 weeks non-stop. Heavy rain. So just imagine, I don't want to get into details because it's too graphic. Just imagine your flesh, it overflows, finished. Oh, couldn't take it. And it doesn't go down. That's the worst part. So finally, when I wanted the guy to come, he came literally after, I think, 1 full week or something. Finally, I told him, I'll pay you double. Just bloody come. Just Not come, doesn't come. Come down, finish the work. Finally, thankfully, he came. Sheesh. From that time onwards, even if I suspect little bit, no, I immediately call the guy. Even if little bit, I'll pay. Just make sure. Then obviously you want things working in the house, electricity or water. Another thing that pisses me off, the fridge door, my wife doesn't close. Or the baby. I hate that. Can't tolerate that. You know, you just come there and the fridge door is open. Bloody, it spoils the compressor, man. Another one is they'll use a fan. Fan will be on. Or this angers me even more. Suppose I like to eat something and someone someone has taken a bite out of it. I'm very possessive in particular about that. That irritates me like crazy. So that's why when I buy, sometimes I end up buying two of the same. So you eat one, so mine is saved. Then this one is kind of serious, but important. Is when a customer has to pay money and doesn't pay. That's why I always take advance. Or someone owes you money and postpones it again. Or I think even more irritating is the fact that you paid someone for a service and he's not delivering. Do you know? I can't reveal who it is. I paid a guy who is supposed to be very close to me. He was supposed to finish the work that I gave him in, I think, 3 weeks, maximum 4. And I was lenient with him because I know him very closely and he's always done a good job. Just imagine 4 weeks. He took a total of 6 months. Let that sink in. And all the while I was polite, I was nice because I didn't want to ruin a close relationship with someone who I really respected. To this date, and I can tell you it's not laziness that he didn't do it. He just had other priorities in life. And yeah, at the same time, he also had his personal issues. So imagine, I paid him extra in advance to finish the job in 4 weeks, which is normal. I thought he would finish it in 2 weeks because I paid him extra. He took 6 months. Then there is when you tell your wife something and she says yes, and then you realize it's not done. That used to irritate me a lot. But now I know how to handle it. So when my wife doesn't do what I tell her, I literally do something that she likes, but I don't take her. Like to a nice restaurant. And I say, hey, when come on, we'll go. I say, okay. But then I say, wait. You didn't complete that work, no? You stay, I'm going. I don't go. I just cancel this thing. That kind of pains her. And sometimes I tell her, I was supposed to gift you something. Cancelled. Oh, it works out immediately. Another one is, this one irritates me like crazy. When I get up in the morning, I'm, drowsy and struggling to sleep. So I'm just in a heavy head. And then my wife and my baby both are jumping and especially when I'm in that mood where I want to be serious and my wife is trying to tickle me or hug me and my baby is doing the same or talking loudly and joking. And another one habit which I kind of find mysterious. If my wife prepares something and she tells me taste and I don't want it, she will insist I taste. Until I taste, she doesn't stop. So finally I say, okay, fine, let me taste. But then if I get something and I want her to taste, no, I don't want. And it's not that it's like crap, it's like, I oblige for you, you can't do the same. Pretty irritating, yeah. And then another one, this one, in the toilet, you keep your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your stuff nicely. But when you come, it's all over the place, and especially if you have a kid. The worst part is that the toothpaste I use, I squeeze it from bottom right to the top. My wife will press from the top and bottom, and its shape will be like a mutant. Thankfully, we bring these plastic ones. So that kind of. And another thing that irritates me is when I go to the toilet, it's a playground. My daughter has all these toys and all these things, and it's so irritating. I tell my wife, please clean this. I want to go to a proper toilet. Like, for washroom, like to have bath, not the other one. So, That also irritates. Oh, another one. Just imagine you want to go to the toilet, nature's call, you're about to go, and the wife runs suddenly because she remembered. Okay, fine. But then when I want to use sometimes and I'm seated there relaxed, knock on the door, when you'll finish, I want to do it now. I get so irritated when this happens. Sometimes I'm like, I'll purposely sit for another half an hour just to, teach you a lesson. Thankfully, I've never been that angry. But I ask her, like, when I'm in the toilet, why suddenly you get? And why can't you hold it? And I think another thing that pisses me off, this was a regular. When I ask her, let's go out, and I give her the timing, tell her, get ready, everything. And when I want to go out, and it's time, I've told her, okay, we'll go at 3 o'clock. I inform this at 12 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I ask her, okay, get it ready. She says, okay. 2:15, reminder again. She says, okay. 2:30, she says, I'm ready. Finally, at 2:55, when I say, let's go, and that time she suddenly remembers, oh, the baby, I forgot to put her this clothes, that clothes, oh, this has to finish. And then I'm waiting down and I have to wait another half an hour. Why? Because all of a sudden new things came up. Bloody hell, I get so... Another thing that irritates me about life, you can go to the ATM and withdraw money, right? Okay. I go to the ATM, I withdraw money, I keep. My wife also has a card. But she'll make it a point not to withdraw money from the ATM. She'll go to my wallet and take out cash. This used to be a regular this thing. I used to get irritated until one fine day when I had an important lawyer thing to do, and the money was not there and we were at a distance. She was not there, and she had removed the card also. There I lost my cool, and after I told her that from now she's very particular. If she takes out money, she still takes out, but she'll tell me, listen, this cash is less. When you shout once, they remember forever. Then another one is when you tell your wife or kid, let's go out, let's go out for a nice restaurant or you'll enjoy. She'll say no. I say, just come. No. Finally, you get pissed off and say, just come, I don't care water. And after you take them, then they enjoy and they're like so happy. Then you tell them, I told you come, right? Okay. Another one is when you tell them, let's go out, and you have this wonderful plan, and then she wants to go to the toilet and we have to come back, or she forgot something. And even worse is when you are in a mood and you want to go out, and all of a sudden she's, oh, I don't like that. In fact, yesterday I think, I asked my baby, come, I'll get you French fries and burger. I told her, come, let's go. She kept insisting, no, and finally she threw a tantrum, a fit. I was so pissed off. Generally, I cancel and I say, okay, no need to go. This time I made up my mind, nothing doing, I'm going there. I went there and I made it a point. I called my wife on video and I showed my baby as I was eating the burger and fries and ice cream. And then she said, oh, I want. I said, when I asked you to come, I didn't keep it a surprise. I told her French fries and burger and ice cream. She said no. So when I actually showed her, she started to cry. Very good, you deserve it. Something is so... I know it sounds petty, but believe me, it's irritating. Yeah. So sometimes when I tell my wife, okay, I'm going to buy this from the e-commerce store like Amazon, eBay, they have local one in Thai. No, let me buy, I'll get some points, coins, okay. And then when I check with her after half an hour, did you order? No. Then after another half an hour, did you order? No. 1 hour, did you order? No. Keep asking, finally get fed up, you just buy. And then after you buy, then she said, okay, now I'll buy. No, too late, I already bought. And I think the last and final thing I can think about is when I tell my wife, don't do this or don't do that or don't trust this person, and she will argue till her face turns blue that I'm wrong. And finally when it happens, then you tell them, I told you, right? Now you deserve it. It's like whether it's lending someone money or getting a connection. In fact, I'll tell you this. This will shock you. You know my Forza heavy bike. One day, I come down and I see the baby putting sand all over it. This is year and a half, 2 years ago. Putting sand. I said, it'll spoil. No, you don't know. This is Thailand and Thai scooter. Don't. I said, are you stupid? This is sand. Nothing will happen. She kept arguing. Finally, I was like, okay. Finally, when I come down, the whole thing is covered with sand. Huh? Finally, I tell her, blow the sand off. And when she had to clean, she realized how much of a headache it was. She blew the sand off. I made her clean it with a cloth. Took around, I think, 1.5 hours, and she realized why I told her. Then the problem occurred when I put the key, and the key was not going in the keyhole. It was getting stuck because there were stones and sand. And finally, we had to call one guy. We had to get the bike taken away, and we had to, repair it. I deducted from my wife, from her account where I was supposed to buy a gift. After that day, she didn't argue with me on that. So irritating. You tell her it's not supposed to be done. And then when she told her family, the whole family said, no, you're at fault. Are you stupid? How can you put sand on? The whole family has common sense, including even her mother who's a villager. Just that my wife doesn't have any. So yeah, these are things that really piss me off and get me irritated. So, which one irritates you? You tell me. But I'll tell you one thing. It tests your patience. Tests your patience, your tolerance. And thankfully, I've come out with a strategy where I breathe, relax, be aware, like like a wise old man. And I'm able to overcome it. So, thankfully, no problems there. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. You tell me which one stood out, which one irritates you the most, and did I miss any? Do you have some that irritate you also? Anyway, that's all I want to share. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know in the comments below.